I use Shipt same-day delivery to stay connected with my sister during the holidays. She lives across the country. Shipt has tons of stores to order from. Groceries from Albertsons, crafts from Michael's, even pet supplies from PetSmart. The list goes on. So when we have long-distance movie nights, I turn to Shipt to get face masks, snacks, and everything else we need delivered to her and to me same day. Download the app or visit shipt.com. That's SHIPT.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
You're listening to Achtung Millwall, broadcasting from the beautiful South Birmingham. Accept no substitute.
Hello, dear listeners. Happy Christmas. Welcome to Boxing Day at the Den. This fixture versus Suffolk's finest, Ipswich Town. Will it be a festive feast, dear listeners, or a festive famine? Who knows? Your Millwall starting lineup this afternoon certainly reflects a certain make-do-and-mend quality for the club at the moment. Crocombe's in goal. The back line changes again with Kramer now in the right back position. Cooper, Taylor, Bryan across the back line. Mitchell and Arrivederci as the midfield two. The surprising, some might say, but let's hope it works well. The return of Macaulay Langstaff in the attacking three, I suppose. Negley, Imarku, Langstaff in up front. Our Serbian, the big Serbian, Mihailo Ivanovic. Will it be a Fiesta or a Farrago, dear listeners? 2 losses on the spin. Hull City, of course, that 3-1 loss at home, and then that utterly dire showing at Blackburn just before Christmas. Alex Neil, speaking to the news at Den, says this is going to be a tough match against an Ipswich side that are currently sitting in third position in the championship table. Lions, of course, now still somehow clinging on to sixth spot by Grayson's favour of the football gods, I think. Millwall in their traditional dark blue and white this afternoon. Looks like Ipswich are in a kind of a cerise red number. Red. Forget the cerise. Full house, sellout crowd here at the Den. Another sellout, amazingly. Well done for the club for that. Do you like Boxing Day football, dear listeners? I'm half and half about it, really. I could have done with a nicer, longer lay-in. This is a 1 o'clock kick-off on a lovely sunny afternoon here in South Bermondsey. Cold. The flags are fluttering on the Docker stand opposite. Good thing about Boxing Day football is the journey over is a piece of cake. Drove over in about 20 minutes, where normally it takes me at least 3 quarters. The I word, of course, dominates Millwall proceedings these days. Injuries. Speaking to Alex Neil, that 4-way conversation the other day on the four podcast interview we did, which was a great idea by the club. Big thank you to Max McClellan for laying that on for us. Alex said we need to get through this period, really. Obviously the loss of Femi Aziz to suspension, not injury. As he put it, took 6 or 7 goals out of the side, so that's never easy at the best of times, is it? Looks like we're going to be breaking the terms of the Archbishop of Canterbury in the 9th century England, the Venerable Bede dictum, and we're all going to have to attack the Coldblow Lane end in the first half. He's turning in his grave wherever he's buried, the Archbishop of Bede. Venerable Bede. We don't like this. He's not happy about this, dear listeners. There we go. It's going to be Arrivederci to get us underway. Both teams line up. Lions, of course, attacking the home end in the first half, as we've just said. Away we go. Floodlights are on. It is a sunny day, but it's cold. I've got my mittens on, listeners. This is the Ipswich 11, a little cheeky little back heel to the 3 on the right side, bowled into the middle. Billy clears. Nicely done. That was a moment of flamboyance by that 11 there. Yeah, what a drab show that was on TV for me, thankfully. Well done to those that went up to Blackburn to watch that 2-0 non-event at Ewood Park. Looks like he's going to be a tricky boy, the 11. Good solid challenge there from Arrivederci, though. A Millwall challenge. This is into the feet of Kramer, going down the right flank. He's taking his man on. Can he get a cross in? He can, it's into the middle. The goalkeeper takes under no real pressure, sadly. Macaulay Langstaff was in there, but accompanied by a defender of larger size. Yeah, full house. There are empty seats around the Den, dear listeners, but it's a sold-out game, let's put it that way, whether everyone's made it away from their cold turkey and post-Christmas wine, I don't know, but it was a haul to get out of bed this morning, but I made it. That bizarre sense of loyalty that football generates in us all. A touch of arrogance, Alex Neil was saying to the news, then is what's needed in this side. The belief that we're here through our achievements, as of right, rather than being underdogs against the odds types. Yeah, arrogance, that's an attribute you don't really associate with the Millwall side historically, listeners, but it'd be nice to see it if we can deliver results to go with it. Great tackle there by Jake Cooper, the man mountain. Crowd love that. One bloke's going slightly hysterical over on my right in the upper deck. Jake Cooper overlapping there, ball into the middle. Oh, angle shot from Ivanovic on target, battered away by the goalkeeper. Nice move. Crossing from the right side by Jake Cooper and taken actually quite well by Ivanovic to get that on target. That wasn't easy. Whisper it, looks like Langstaff's hopping away from that challenge. It's like Norman Wisdom quality. He won't want to let this chance go. 5 minutes in. Chance for him to make a market at the Den. He does have a Wisdom-esque quality to his walk away there, but anyway, he's back in the mix. It's a left side throw in for Millwall. Referee wants a word with the goalkeeper. What do you want? Referee having a word with security. I don't know what that's all about. Goalkeeper complaining maybe something's been shone in his eyes or something. A gleam of Christmas festive goodwill from the Docker stand, perhaps. Markle takes well in midfield on the break here. He's got Negley overlapping him. He's got Ivanovic in front of him. What would he do? Would he have a go? He's got clipped there. Got a free kick, done well though. I think he was lining up for an ambitious shot in Markle there, as he was kind of drifting rightwards, which probably wasn't the best of option, but he managed to get himself clipped and wins a right side free kick just on the edge of the penalty area, just a few yards right of the D. Doughty and Ivanovic. Ivanovic has had a track record of getting decent free kicks in his time, so a shot on goal would be a lovely thing to witness, wouldn't it? Camille Negley to take it into the wall. That was a disappointment. I don't know if the Camille Negley fan club's in this afternoon. Listeners, haven't heard. They must have had a comment on that one. Billy Mitch. This is Doughty. Ball into the middle. Header on target from Ivanovic downwards into the ground. Goalkeeper takes. 9 minutes. Runs off the back there. This is going to be Negley on the right. He's got. Didn't need this ball. Ball into the middle. That's actually a dangerous ball. That's flick headed onto the roof of the net. Wow. I think that came up an Ipswich head. It was a dangerous cross from Negley there into a very dangerous zone. He caught an Ipswich head and went actually onto the roof of the net there. 11 minutes, so it's going to be a left side corner. Bright start by Millwall, listeners. How many times have I said that in recent times? Bright start Millwall, only for us to get a bloody nose afterwards. Doughty with this left side corner there. And it comes deep. Taylor's on target, but saved by the goalkeeper under the crossbar. I just wanted to touch more power on it. It was on target, that's for sure. The goalkeeper did well there. Millwall, of course, wearing our new Wicket Group sponsorships on the front of the shirts with the demise of My Guava, a name that polite company and Mill circles no longer mention. You can buy My Guava football shirts off the club shop. They're going cheaper, 33 quid I think I saw. But yeah, My Guava gone completely. And a scathing statement put onto the club website. It sounds like they're no longer in business and they've shorted us a few times. But anyway, Wicket Group, welcome to the Wicket Group. I believe Millwall fans. So that in itself is good news. Ticking towards 17 minutes. I don't know what that is, listeners, that they're singing about. I can't see it. In comes a corner. Langstaff in bravely there. Little bit of ping pong inside the Mill penalty area there as the ball came back in again, but Langstaff bravely cleared that. I thought we'd taken another knock there for a moment. 32 of a little party piece, goes past Ivanovic like he's not there. This is on the left side, ball into the middle. Flick header on target, taken by Crocombe easily enough, listeners. Mill playing it out from the back, that's never a sentence I like, listeners. Taylor puts it in front of Kramer. There we go. The 11 has a little back heel flick that's been causing Kramer no end of headaches in this game, listeners. It's kept possession now. It's gone past 20 minutes, nearly 21. A lot of possession for Ipswich. Here they are at the edge of the Mill pen. Shot over. Shot over just as he was cutting across the line of the penalty area there. Might have felt that was a chance. That was the 11, listeners. We're coming towards the halfway point of the first half. There's been some bright moments for the Lions, but certainly Ipswich have kept possession well in their half for periods of time and have will feel themselves to have gone close a couple of moments. So it's even Stevens overall, but I'd like to see the ball down at the Ipswich end a little bit more often than what we're seeing at the moment. That's an offside call there from Jake Cooper on the Ipswich forward. But certainly a different level of performance to what we saw at Blackburn. Let's put it that way. Can't get much worse, which was the consolation that Merv mentioned. And now comes a ball over the top. This is Camille Negley on the right side. Into the penalty on the right side. There's a ball in. Langstaff was surging in there. The final ball was a little bit lily-livered there. How was your Christmas, dear listeners? Mine was very nice, family. I'm always quite happy when it's over, though, listeners. How do you find it? It's a kind of a day of excess. This is the 11 on the little dribbly run here. He's got a man right on him inside the Mill penalty area. That's going to be cut out there by Jake Cooper quite nicely too. Goal kick. Yeah, I'm always glad when it's in the rearview mirror Christmas Day, personally speaking. I know that makes me sound like the Grinch, but I'm too old now to worry about that. Ball runs through. This is Negley. Can't quite get hold of it there, unfortunately. It was a difficult moment to control. Good work there by Joe Bryan. Wins the ball on the left side. This is Imaku now, just on the edge of the Ipswich penalty area. Ball in. His cross is not quite up to par, unfortunately, and they do bring out. Just noticed we've got a young lady linesman over on the right side down there. She looks like she's just come out of school, which is probably doing a disservice. She's refereeing at championship level. Very slight figure there. Negley saying he got clipped, I think. The referee didn't see it, she didn't see it, and the fourth official didn't see it, then it's going to go nowhere, I fear. It's going to be a free kick. What a strange... if he didn't see anything from the offence, he's given a free kick instead. Interestingly, Alex Neil, in our conversation with the four boys from the podcast, he did say that, in his opinion, there is a certain stigma, as he put it, a good word, I thought, associated with being referees coming to Millwall. Certain image, perhaps. We all know it. Anyone that's been around the club for any length of time knows it. Anyway, in comes this free kick from Arrivederci. That's a poor one. Straight at the goalkeeper. Ball one there. This is Doughty. Breaking on the right side. What can he do? He takes his man on. Ball's floated in the middle. Cleared at the near post by a Ipswich defender. That was a nice move, actually. Until 29 minutes. Doughty throw is up. No distance on it, unfortunately. Everyone uses long throws now, listeners. Too often in their case, without any real distance to the said long throw. It's just a half-hearted long throw. Quickly taken free kick for Ipswich, which brings a chance for them to break. That's a great tackle by Idemo Imaku there, just as the man was lining up to pull the trigger. Crocombe's gone out to say well done to him as well. Nice work, Idemo. Nice work there, Camille Negley gets just dispossessed at the last, unfortunately. That's a great tackle there by Alfie Doughty. Crowd will love that. This is Ivanovic. Little deft touch inside. That's nice, little piece of art. This is Kramer now on the right side. Lays it into Ivanovic. He gets the ball back into the goalkeeper who Langstaff was wanting. He couldn't find him there. That was a moment of danger. There was some nice touches there from Ivanovic. The boy's got footballing imagination, in my opinion, listeners. 33 going towards 34 minutes. Nice take and turn by Ivanovic. Finds Kramer now coming down the right flank. What can he do? Can he get a cross in? He's taking his man on. Ball into the middle. Across the face of the goal. Cleared away from Imaku following in there. That was a nice run by Kramer. 35 minutes, dear listeners. The Lions seem to have seen off that little period of Ipswich pressure and had moments where we've got into danger positions. That's a loose ball. This is Arrivederci. He's got a man free on the inside. This is Camille Nigley. What can he do? Shapes to take the shot. It's on target, but no great power along the daisy cutter. Goalkeeper collects. Lovely work there by Mitchell and finding Idemo on the left flank. What can he do? He's checked. He's got inside his man. Balled into the cleared at the near post. Balled into the danger zone there. Nice work, Idemo. He's having a decent game, listeners. He gets a bit of critiquing online, I've noticed. Idemo. I like him. Anyhow, throw in left side. Doughty to take. Not a longish one. Idemo getting leaned all over by the defender, but the referee says nothing there. Balls out left. Ooh, it was into Kramer, just couldn't take on the run there. He gets given a foul against him. It's the disagreement of the den, as you can hear, listeners. Goalkeeper's moved it forward about 4 or 5 yards. That seems to be acceptable in this referees. I think the referee's one of your typical kind of beige individuals that we get down here. This is Ipswich inside the Millwall half, the 11, with their arrogant passing style, I suppose you call it. They've got 1 or 2 very skillful players, I must say, but it'd be nice to stick it to them. This is the 4 coming into the Mill penalty area. He gets challenged at the last. This is Langstaff. Nigley clears. Well, I think it's been a decent half of football. Certainly the 11 that have come out this afternoon have given, you know, a performance totally different to what we saw up there at Blackburn, which is a basic starting point, I know, but there's been some moments where we've got into danger positions, so long way to go yet, but it's a better performance from the Lions so far. Ipswich coming down their right flank, our left, chased into the corner by Billy, who gives away a right-sided corner. We're on 42, going towards 43 minutes. Lions need to keep it tight, just going in towards half-time. It's been a decent performance so far against one of the better sides in the division, but we just need to keep it tight here, listeners, that's for sure. Get into their half-time dressing room to try and regroup a little bit. In it comes. It's a deep one. It's headed back from whence it came by Jake Cooper. There's a ball first time hit from the right side and cleared, thankfully. This is the 11. 3 overlapping, balled into the box. Headed away there. At the last, I think that was Joe Bryan with some good defensive work. The referee was given a whistle for something, but he didn't know that at the time. That was good work there by Joe Bryan. Maybe a push given by the referee. There's the half-time whistle, listeners. Millwall 0, Ipswich Town 0. Fairly even game overall. Both sides will feel they've had their moments of danger. No one's actually had a direct shot on goal that I can recall speaking to you, but both sides have got the ball into dangerous positions. So from a Lions perspective, with our injury-blighted squad at the moment, that's a pretty good half of football. So yeah, had a great Mill 0, Ipswich 0.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Achtung, Millwall.
Welcome back, dear listeners. The teams are coming out for the second half. Lions just following Ipswich out onto the pitch. 0-0 at the break, and not a bad half from the Lions, in my opinion, given that these are rated side, sitting third in the table. Scored 38 goals. I was looking at the table at half time, which is contrast to our, I think we've got 25 if memory serves. So, you know, they're a decent side. You can see they're decent in possession, and we've done a good job of closing them out for the most part. We've also gone into some decent positions ourselves. Our final ball probably just letting us down at the moment, but both teams are lined up for the second half now. And away we go. Millwall, of course, attacking the away end in the second half. Completely contrary to the teachings of the Venerable Bede in 9th century Anglo-Saxon England, listeners. He was not having that then. He's not having it now. Floodlights are on. The light has dulled slightly. It was fairly sunny earlier on, but it's got a little bit greyer. Ipswich have this passing style where they seem to freeze frame for a moment, and the 25 particularly seems to like the idea of standing on the ball and daring Mill to make a move. I think he's been watching something like a Franz Beckenbauer movie. Ipswich pick up possession again, a little bit of early second half pressure then from the Tractor Boys, which is a bizarre nickname given that Ipswich itself is a fairly urban place, in my opinion, having been there. No sign of tractors driving around the city centre, but hey-ho. Yeah, he fancies himself as the latter-day Johan Cruyff, you know, just arrogantly standing on the ball as 26. It'd be nice to see someone going hard on him. It's Mill throwing. Big shout out to the man in block 11 who's referred to the My Guava signs being removed from the den, akin to a suspect in the Epstein files. Bit of satire there for you listeners, love it. Long ball up high, this is McCauley's chasing it down. What can he do? He's in the mix there. He can't quite get hold of it at the end there. Ivanovic was wanting on his right side there. Big up and under. I think McCauley's come from a culture, a footballing culture, where up and unders are perfectly legitimate tactics. I don't mind the old up and under personally. That was one of his more dangerous moments there, but he couldn't quite get the volley away at the end of it. Ticking towards 49 minutes. Crowd trying to get a bit of urgency into the Millwall side. The game has started off at the same kind of gentle pace, really, that we saw in the first half. One or two on X at half time were speculating this is 4-4-2 we're playing. It looks kind of familiar to me as a dinosaur from, you know, Neolithic times. I like it. So far, so good. We're back here again. I lose track of what day of the week. It's Friday today, listeners, isn't it? So we're back again on Monday night with Bristol, which will be round 2 of the handbags that we saw down at Achtung Gate earlier on in the season. 7:45 kick-off for that one. Both Millwall and Bristol facing various charges from the FA as a result of the melee at the end of that night. Let's see what we get Monday night. Billy Mitchell finds Langstaff, who tries to hoist it through to a shot on the take by Ivanovic. Is actually a bobbling shot on target. No, it stayed in touch, in play there. I have to disagree with the crowd there, listeners, because I am noted as my fair play comment, aren't I? That actually ran along the goal line there. So anyway, after all that, this is Ipswich breaking. Good tackle in midfield. Doughty penalised, but it looked like a perfectly fair tackle. This referee's losing the plot out there, listeners. Tell me if you've heard this song before. This is the 20 on the right side of the penalty area. The 17, I think it was, couldn't quite get a shot away. It was fired in at pace to him at the near post, and he couldn't quite get a shot on target. Put it behind for a goal kick. That was a chance, actually. If he got his act together there, that was a chance for him. 57 minutes, dear listeners. Loose pass there. This is Langstaff. What can he do? Got a lot of red shirts around him. Given away there by the Ipswich player. This is Doughty. Ball over the top. This is Langstaff. Nice shot. He's given offside, but that was a lovely volley on the turn there by Macaulay Langstaff. Would have been offside in any event. Lovely little deft ball inside from Langstaff. Finds Negley. Just dwells on it a moment too long, then gives the ball away. That won't please the Negley fan club. I think are in the house, further along to my right. This is Ipswich on the break. That's gone across the face of the goal. That's going to be picked up on the right side as they attack. 19 now. 32 tries to cut it inside. It's gone for a goal kick. Nice work, Arrivederci, dear listeners. Long ball from Jake Cooper over the back of the Ipswich defence. That's well run there by Macaulay Langstaff. Does well there, gets up. And tumbling, but the referee, I don't think it's going to give anything there. Good work by Langstaff. He's done well in this game so far. You can hear the crowd responding. 4-4-2, maybe that's the way we use him. Certainly looks so far so good. It's going to be a long throw from Arrivederci on 62 minutes on the right side. It bounces around, loose inside the 6-yard box. That's going to go for a goal clip of Caleb Taylor following in there. One from the old Millwall songbook, listeners. An old classic. This is a ball picked up there by Kramer on the right side. He definitely escapes his man, actually. Cuts inside. This is, I thought he was going to have a go there. And we'll keep possession. This ball out to Imaku, man with him, unfortunately. Cuts inside. No. Goes down like the dying swan. The referee's not having that, I'm afraid. Gives Ipswich a chance to break. They overcook it. So it's going to be a Mill free kick on the halfway line. Just waiting for these Ipswich subs to come in. Arrivederci chips it forward. There's a header from Jake. It's over the top. This falls through to Kramer. What can he do? Gets the ball back. Oh! Caught on a volley by Idemo Imaku over the bar. Good chance, Millwall, but it was a difficult one. Let's put it that way. He could be able to get anything behind it. It was high and over the bar. 65 minutes. Ticking towards the halfway point in the second half. It's ball there from Ivanovic. Does well to get away from his man. He sprays it leftwards. This is Imaku inside the Ipswich penalty area. He gets clipped. Referee, I think, is looking for the dive there. He would have been an ambitious one to get, and that's a free kick given instead to Ipswich. I think Imaku just over-touched his ball there and was looking for the trailing leg, listeners, as in trying to work a penalty. The referee wasn't having it. Halfway point of the second half. Lions have looked better in this game overall. Certainly everyone seems comfortable with their positions. Going very much in the balance, he says, just as the 32's breaking forwards. Oh, that's a dodgy old ball there from Crocombe. Gets it away, just. But it does go to a red shirt. So, yeah, the game is very much in the balance. I think both sides will feel that it's a possibility to win this. Lions have looked better in the second half for me. Oh, ball in the middle of a melee of arms and legs. Ball's battered away at the near post by Crocombe. I think it was a decent save in there. This is a long way away from where I'm standing. And the 11, I think it was, of that trademark control of it. He's almost caused us a problem there. That was a chance for a goal there, but Crocombe batted it away, I think. I'll have to see that again on the YouTube reel. Bit of Ipswich pressure now, listeners. Around 69 minutes, going towards 70. We've got to endure this. This is the 8 on the right side. What are we going to do? We'll have a go. It's a shot. Goal kick. Wide of the left side post. Low. Goal kick. So it's going to be Idemo to come out, listeners. And Ballo coming in. It's probably a fair call. He's looked a little bit tired last few minutes. I think Idemo's done a good game for me. Getting good applause. What are we on? We're on 70 minutes. But in comes Turno Ballo, and it's also going to be Ryan Leonard coming in there, dear listeners. Looks like Billy Mitchell's going to come out. I'm going to guess Leonard in the midfield position then. Done well, Billy. Good game from Billy. In comes Ryan Leonard. Loose ball picked up by Kramer on the right side. He's got past two men now, and third one. Yep, he's gone past the third one. He's on a run forwards. He's just got balked to the last there. Nothing given by the referee. Good run forward from Tristan Kramer there, but it does open up a gap for us, for Ipswich, but that's not the kind of ball he's going to exploit said gap. Runs through to Crocombe, dear listeners. We're on 73 minutes. Great run there from Tristan. Mill just being a bit hesitant in defence for me, listeners. Give the ball straight back to the 8 now. This is on the right side of the Mill penalty area. And cleared at last. 76 minutes. But here they come again. The 8. Pressure from Ipswich. Just when you don't want it, that's a ball across the face of the goal. Wow. From the 8. I was just sitting back a little bit for my taste. Everyone behind the ball now. This is a crossing from the left. Put onto the roof of the net on the volley. It's going to go for a goal kick. 79 going towards 80 minutes. Last 10 minutes. In comes a corner. Ooh, I thought the angle I stand at, he caught it on a kind of a glancing shot here. I thought it was going into the net, but it didn't. It went wide. This is Taylor breaking forwards. Lovely little through ball. This is Negley. Offside, given offside, given offside. The through ball was offside, I think. Nice move though. We'll have a look at that again, no doubt, on the YouTube. It looked a close thing. That's all I'm gonna say. Negley coming out after that. Rice coming in for Negley. Looks like Joe Bryan coming in for Sturge. Sturge coming for Joe Bryan, forgive me. 82 minutes. Ryan Leonard, little touch there, ball down the line. Barlow gets balked. A free kick given for Millwall. Alex Neil making some forceful points at Barlow there. He did get a free kick out of it, but obviously not to Alex Neil's liking, dear listeners. I think Alex was going the full Airdrie on him there. This is the 8 now on the right side of the Mill penalty area. 19, the back and forth for Ipswich, as is their Stiley. Ooh, weak header from Kramer, who's lost the plot. Little chip ball over the top, that's the 8, that's going to go for a goal kick, thankfully. And he's gone doing a handstand behind the Sky Bet, much to the amusement and merriment of the Coldblow Lane end. Flying over the advertising boards there, to the amusement of the Den crowd. We'll head a run there. This is Rice breaking forwards. He gets clipped surely, free kick. Central, 25, 26 yards out, Central. I think it's an Ivanovic situation, listeners. It is. He's picked the ball up. 86 going towards 87 minutes. I think Mihailo will fancy his chances from this distance, unless Alfie Doughty's the man. But I would go Ivanovic personally. It's either Doughty or Ivanovic. Let's see, it's going to go Doughty. Fired into the wall, unfortunately, listeners. Little back heel. This is the chance for Langstaff. Can't quite get on the end of it. The goalkeeper was too quick there. Ball was put back in nicely by Sturge. Flick header on from Ivanovic, and it almost fell into the path of Langstaff. It should be. There is final whistle, just as Bella was going to clear it. It finishes Millwall 0, Ipswich 0. I suppose I'd have to make that a fair result and balance. Both sides will have had moments of danger without anything really clear-cut for both sides. Given that Millwall are still in the midst of an injury crisis, as long as you're on my arm, dear listeners, that's probably a great performance in the circumstances. Point each from a side that were placed in third coming into today's match. So it finishes here at the Den, 0-0. Do stay tuned for more Achtung Millwall after these messages.
Achtung, Millwall.
Hello?
Just walking through Deptford Park. Firstly, Merry Christmas, dear listener, to you all. This is Michael Avery, just leaving the game after the 0-0 Boxing Day fixture with Ipswich Town. I sent a tweet, or X post is what they're called now, to Nick at half-time and basically saying that, and I know it's kind of stating the obvious, but, if anyone could actually finish in the final third, there'd be more goals in this game, because apart from a little 2-3 minute spell where the Ipswich keeper pulled off two absolute worldies, or at least one absolute worldie, should I say, not a lot really happened, did it? And I think Ipswich at times were trying to be a little bit too flash with their finishing, when really it could have been a lot simpler for them. I thought first half Ipswich probably nicked it as the better team. Like I say, apart from a little purple patch we didn't do a great deal, but then in the second half there weren't a great deal none neither. There was a lot of running into the final third or getting down to the byline, and either the crosses across goal or the shots just weren't really testing enough. For me, man of the match, I'd say Kramer again. I thought we put in a good shift. Nothing magnificently brilliant, but Billy Mitchell, kudos to him. I thought he had a good game. The keeper didn't have a bad game neither. Didn't have a great deal to do, but what he did okay. 0-0, fair result. And I think the run we've been on and the team against Ipswich, who are there or thereabouts at the moment, I think you take that. Disappointing not to win, but happy not to lose as well. Dear listener, ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas indeed.
Well, Nick, we needed a reaction, didn't we, after 2 consecutive defeats, and we had to work hard to get that result. Ipswich are a class act and strong contenders for automatic promotion, in my opinion. Now, we got into some good attacking positions in the first half, but as frequently seen in recent times, we lacked a bit of composure and the finishing touch in that final third. A different second half, and we came under pressure as Ipswich pushed forward, helped at times when we failed to keep possession of the football. But we did keep our shape and discipline to keep them out, and grabbed a well-earned point. Billy was clearly our man of the match, but a big shout out for Macaulay Langstaff, who seemed inspired by a rare decision to include him in the starting lineup. An amusing moment in the second half when an Ipswich player literally went arse over head across the advertising boards, but I did think it was a bit strong when one fan in the block 4 shouted down at the lineswoman to ask if she used a ponytail to wipe her arse. A bit too naughty, that one, mate. So on we go to the second game of 4 in a 10-day spell. And it's the visit of Bristol City, the final game in 2025. And in terms of results under Alex Neil, it's been a great calendar year. And it wasn't exactly handshakes all round, was it, at the away fixture just 3 weeks ago? So it promises to have an added bit of spice in case a 7th versus 6th 6-pointer wasn't spicy enough. We've not won in 4 games now, so let's put that right. Come on, you all.
So upon reflection, a decent point, full of endeavour, hard work and a much improved performance against a decent Ipswich side. There were, of course, chances at both ends, although Millwall had the better of them. Had our finishing been better, we might have grabbed all 3 points. Billy Mitchell, for us, was by far and away the best player, bringing a virtuoso midfield performance to the party. But there were other good showings from Idemo, Kramer, Langstaff and Caleb Taylor, although to be fair, all involved gave a fair account. And so we move on to Monday night, and I'm fairly certain there'll be a lively welcome for Justin Knight and his Bristol City team. Come on, you Lions.
Achtung, Millwall. Merry Christmas and Boxing Day. Tractor fucking boys. Go back to Suffolk, you fucking tractor. Came to London. All right, I'll be calm and relaxed. Before the game, I would have took a point. That's the good. I'm not saying the best team we've seen down here since Middlesbrough and Coventry or Wrexham, because they haven't. Ipswich were good. Let's be honest, Nick, Achtung, Millwall and the old Christmas special. Excuse me. yeah, let's be honest. I just think they were ex-Premiership. They've got Ashley Young on the bench, ex-Man United player, didn't get on. Philogene, who was their star player, couldn't cram our man of the match, and fucking Macaulay Langstaff take a bow. Yeah, he changed it, Alex Neil, today. 4-4-2. I like it that way. I like it the Millwall way. And he didn't stop running Langstaff. Mihailo, I mean, you got a partner there, but again, you had the odd fair shot. Now, on this podcast, I've said to you a lot, Merry Christmas and all that. Even in the toilets today, Lions TV, big up Pete O'Mara in the toilet, go for the old number one. And he's saying about Amaku and all that. And I've said on this podcast, I said on loads of, he's not up for Amaku. Oh, he's a League One player. Oh, he's end product, nothing. But give him confidence, give him a run of him. Then he gets to the byline, as Peter O'Mara says, and the old gendarme toilets, the old den toilets. Or he gets the ball and then he goes to the byline, crosses. There's no one in there. There's no ball sold in there for the end product. So Amaku, Idemo, you're on for the future. Keep going. £3 million for that lazy fucking see you next Lee. Yeah, he scored against Watford. Yeah, he scored opening day. He's got all the skill in the world, but he's a lazy Lightwood fucker. Full stop. And if you're hearing this, and I know what barbers you go to, yeah, the old Barber King and all that. Anyway, no, I'm going off thingy. You know what? I take a point. Should have really won, but offside. How is that offside? Anyway, I'm mentioning Merry Christmas, Boxing Day. We're still in the playoffs. We still believe. I said last against Hull City, we stopped the rot now. Season's over. I still think teams win today. We go tonight. Got a bit Bristol City at home on Monday night. I'm not saying I'm an optimistic Bobby T. Whoa, but listen, should have really wanted it. But I take a point though. Like it wasn't boring. It was just end-to-end cagey, and then we held well. But you know what? Cramer's going to go in January. Someone's going. I don't know how Bedford let him go. Cramer, man of the match with Macaulay. Why did Ballard didn't start? Yes, he's young and he's a bit arrested. But Ballard would have started over fucking see you next fucking Nedgley. We could have won. Anyway, point apiece. No goal scored. On to Monday night. Bristol City at home. Got to win that one to stay in a chance of the playoffs. Well, wishing all your Achtung Millwall and Hold On Lions TV, Chaps, Mickey Podcast, everyone. I'm not fuming. I'm not frustrated. Merrily Christmas Boxing Day. Should have won. Wasn't offside. Alex Neil, what was the plan today, please? What was the backup plan? Or what was the plan? Sit back and invite pressure. Is that Millwall? Sit back, part of the buses. Today was, I don't know what you just soak up pressure and then hit them on the break. Alex, have a little thinker. You went on the old podcast chat and you chatted to Nick and everyone and Mickey and all that. And don't want to get beat. Yeah, okay. You don't want to get not beat. But Ipswich on another day, they would have fucked us. Bye for now, Bobby C. Love you all. Bye, Millwall. Signing off.
Hi, Nick. Rob Abbott here. Just a short commute for me for this one. Going back to my mother's house in Sidcup. I think that was a fair point there against Ipswich. I don't think neither team did enough in the final third to get the 3 points. I'd describe that more of a workmanlike performance. I thought we worked incredibly hard throughout the 90 minutes to earn that point. But then at times I thought we were excellent, especially the start of the game. The first 12, 15 minutes were very, very good. And then there was a little spell in the second half that I thought we were bright as well. But a lot of that working hard, closing down, staying compact, denying Ipswich goal-scoring opportunities. And I think in the second half there was only 2 saves made, one at either end, and a Ivanovic long-range shot, and then a bit of a scramble in front of the Coldblow Lane, the Crocombe reaction saves. So, look, on to Bristol City, which is going to be a fiery one. I think worst case today, we can drop to 8th, results pending. But look, we're only still going to be 2 points from Ipswich, who are currently 3rd. So, not the end of the world. Just a few players today. I thought Cooper and Taylor were very good. And then the standout by us by a long way was Billy Mitchell. I thought he was absolutely excellent and getting through 72 minutes. Hopefully against Bristol City, he might be able to push that to 75, 80. I thought he was superb. And then thought Langstaff probably had his best game in the Millwall jersey. Again, that was just purely down to his work rate, etc. And I think he had one effort there in the second half that went wide. But overall, fair result. Can't complain too much. On to the next one. Take care.
Nick, Aussie Dave, after that draw against Ipswich. Overall, I thought a fair result. I thought it was a solid performance bearing the injuries, though the last 15 minutes we were running on empty, and it was important we didn't lose after the 2 previous losses. Looking at the various parts of the team, I thought the defence was very solid, and obviously the reason why we got a draw. I thought Crammer probably match of the match, and Taylor, I think he has a permanent place in the team now. Midfield, Billy, for his 60, 70 minutes, I actually thought he was probably put his hat in for man of the match. And Doherty provides some useful, classy touches, but he was blown out of his arse for the last 20 minutes. He's not quite fit, is he? But he'll do. The forward line, I want to look at each player individually. Negley, the jury is still out on him. Overall, I'm prepared to persist with him, unlike another player I'm going to mention. He does some clever stuff, but then he's a bit weak in the tackle. And surprisingly, when we've got some openings as we go forward, he sometimes, doesn't quite make the right pass or something. So even his inventive side of his game is not spot on. But I'd still persist with him. Imaku, look, I don't think he's going to make it. He's a bandage patch solution for a winger. He gives us something which is better than nothing. But there's too many times he flatters and he gets the odd cross in. But anyway, at least we got him until hopefully in the transfer window. Langstaff, that's clearly his best match for the Wall. I thought he was very good and very close in on the top, say, 2 or 3 players for our team. He ran around. He was excellent on the pressing, which helped. And he nearly got into some nearly moments with attacking. So looks like this 1.5 up front with Ivanovic may actually be the way to go in the short term anyway. And finally, Ivanovic, I thought he was okay. That's about 2, 3, 4 games now he's been solid. Still not playing him the right way, but I reckon he's doing okay. And until we get Coburn and buy another forward, but I still like him. So overall, happy with the point, like a lot of Wall supporters. Bristol on Monday, we've got to win that and get our own back after the fiasco at their place. And we need to win it because I don't think we'll get anything at Southampton. We want to keep momentum till we get the players back. So come on, you Lions.
Vrbo helps you swap gift wrap time for quality time. Go to Vrbo now and book a last-minute week-long stay and save over $390 this holiday season. Book your next vacation rental home on Vrbo. Average savings $396. Select homes only.
Right, Nick, it's Lawrence Binney calling in after Millwall 0, Ipswich 0. On the whole, I think that's a performance that we can be proud of, especially in terms of organisation, tactical nous as well. I think Neil got the line-up spot on. And just general effort I thought was really, really good today. The big issue, I suppose, is, we're very light in terms of numbers, and that bench looked quite weak. I think of note, you only really had Bangura Williams and Tiano Ballo on the bench to come on. I think quite lightweight as well. Obviously, we're missing some big hitters in sort of midfield and up front. So we had to start with Langstaff. On the whole, I thought Kramer, excellent on the ball as always. Really good defensively. Langstaff worked really, really hard off the ball. Struggled a little bit sometimes when he was on the ball, a bit lightweight. But really pleased with his effort. I thought actually Negley had a decent first half, but faded in the second, and maybe was onside for that goal. I don't know. I was in the cold blow lane, so I didn't really have a good view of it. But seeing some action replays where people have selectively paused the footage, and it looks like he might be on, but it was a close one. But yeah, really disappointed with Imaku today. He looked like the brainless version of Imaku, sort of Hulk smash rather than Bruce Banner. Just kept running into blind alleys and not making the runs when he should, and it was all a bit, I think he looked quite tired as well, I think, when he came off at the end. Billy Mitchell, excellent in the middle. I've really missed him. I think we looked noticeably worse when he came off, but understandable, given that he's only really returned from injury. It's going to be so huge getting Denor back. Actually, what I have to say is, big up the Serb. I thought he was really good today. Won loads. Really held the ball up really well. Got in good scoring positions. Even had a pop outside the area, which we haven't seen him do in a while. I really do feel like he's going to come. He's going to come good in that second half. We just need to stick with him. We're just lacking bodies at the moment, aren't we? Really. I think it might be a similar story against Bristol City. We're going to have to keep it tight and hope for the best. Hope to nick one. Wasn't that impressed by Ipswich, especially considering you saw the quality they had on the bench, bringing on players like Jack Clark in the 60th minute, and that kid they signed for 20 million quid, the Norwegian kid. They didn't. It looked about probably as good as Southampton did. They had us on the ropes a little bit towards the end of the game, but again, we didn't create a great deal. So the league is open. I'm actually not looking at the table anymore. It still feels like we're in the first 5 games of the season. Things are changing every week, and not helped, or we have been helped, but that feeling of things being up in the air hasn't been helped by the fact that results kind of went in our favour again today. So we didn't lose much, if any, ground. Important not to lose, I think, on Monday. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and let's hope we have an even better New Year. Bye.
Hello, Nick. It's Hassan here. Just got back in the car after a bloody cold day today, watching Ipswich Millwall. I thought that was a point game. Very hard fought draw. Ipswich, you can see their quality. I call them a pretty side, very pretty, a bit like what Bristol City were the other week. They do all the fancy tricks and flicks, and with no real end product. Let's face it, they didn't exactly score, did they? I thought we defended really well. Everyone to a man ran their bollocks off today, and by the end we were really running on empty. And while they had more and more options and players to bring on, we were running on fumes, and even I said people we put on as well. It was just going to be difficult to match up, but we dug in, and we stopped the little rot that we got ourselves in, and hopefully the players can take a lot of heart from that. In terms of individuals, I thought Crocombe done well, marshalled his goal well, saved. Nothing that was clear cut, I thought, from Ipswich. So, the chances that he saved, they were bread and butter for him. They were straight at him, but nonetheless, marshalled his defence well. Defence was magnificent. Brian, I thought, had a good game. Cooper and Taylor, they're becoming better and better with every game. Kramer probably man of the match again. He won't be here long, mate. And a bit like Tanganga, when he was with us, enjoy it while it lasts. He's an absolute Rolls Royce of a defender, of a football player, really. He does more than just defence. He can do everything. The way he was going forward, he was doing step overs. He's just the all-round player, really. So he was probably my man of the match. I thought Negley worked hard. He's starting to understand that role now, I think, of the physical side of things. He gets stuck in. He does a mistake here and there, and still has flashes of quality. But I'm starting to believe now he's starting to understand that role of getting stuck in and getting involved. I thought Langstaff potentially man of the match as well. I thought he was fucking magnificent today. He ran his absolute bollocks off. I can see why Alex Neil brought him in to disrupt them, because they play the same way every time. They try and cut through the middle, and
he was everywhere, and he even tried to get forward at times. I thought he was brilliant, and I feel sorry for Langstaff. You know, people often say he's not good enough for the Championship, this and that. He hasn't had a run of games. He hasn't played 10, 15 games, unlike some people around him. And he comes on. He never shy or hides away. You know, he always puts 100% in. I thought today he gave Mahilo a bit of a day off. I'm not saying Mahilo had a bad game, but he helped him out, you know. And Mahilo done what he could up front. And another day he might have got a goal. I think, shot and the keeper was scrambling. But overall, I'm happy with that. Obviously not the best game in the world, but it doesn't matter. We get a clean sheet, we get a point, and stops that little rot that we're in. And with a lot of games in a short amount of time, we need to get as many points as possible. So I'll take that. And when we move on to Monday, aside from that, again, I want to make a point about Ipswich. Again, a typical, just a pretty side, didn't they? Do all the fancy fix. They are good, you can't deny it. You know, they get themselves out of trouble, and they commit 11 men forward when they're attacking, and they commit 11 men defending. You know, they do get up and down the pitch very well. But for me, they're football killers. You know, when their defender gets the ball, it's just standing there. It's just, I don't know. I wouldn't want to watch that every week, to be honest with you. One style of football, no plan B. At the end of the day, he works in the Championship. They'll get promoted maybe this season. They'll be relegated again because they can't do that in the Premier League. But anyway, that's them. And yeah, we move on to Monday, round 2 with Bristol City. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. I think that'll be quite a good game. I hope you had a good day yesterday, Nick. Plenty to eat and drink, I hope. And yeah, on to the next one. All the best.
Merry Christmas to you and to all your listeners. Today's game, I was at the game against Ipswich. Scrappy old game. Didn't think much of either side. I think it showed what a weak division it is this year in terms of quality. Didn't think any of the Ipswich players really stood out at all. Thought the 8 when he come on was okay, but he kept missing the goal when he had a chance anyway. Scrappy old game, makeshift team, lots of endeavour and effort, very little skill, I thought today, very little skill. The trouble is, I think that, I know we've got loads of injuries, but I think Alex Neil is playing players in totally the wrong positions. I don't know what Cameron Negley does on the right wing, because he's not a tackler. He's not a great tackler back. And he has to come in on his left foot. And he's weak in the tackle as well, So I think there must be better ways to do that, really. I know he might have been resting Ballo because he was played a lot already. But, we need to find something better, really, because we're just completely uncompetitive with Cameron Negley on the right. Macaulay Langstaff, he ran about a lot, put a lot of effort in, but actually didn't do anything, I didn't think. Just a runner and a scrapper and a getter in the way of the opposition and a kicker of the ball in the air, I don't see the point of playing Macaulay Langstaff, really. Honestly, I know they're short of players, but I just don't see the point of it. For the first half, we were on top, and then Ipswich were top second half, but I don't think anyone deserved to win the match. Referee was awful as usual, but they're always awful. At least they were getting the offsides right, I think. The one where Negley went through, I was kind of in line with that. And what happened was Caleb Taylor delayed his pass a bit too long, and he drifted just that bit offside. So he was offside for that one. But he really needed a quicker ball either side there to give us a chance. As I say, a lot of endeavour. I thought that Joe Bryan had a good game until he tired. He struggles sometimes. Obviously, he struggles with pace, and he struggles to cover attackers running past him. But, he's good on the ball, Joe Bryan. He's a good footballer. It's just he's a bit slow, but I thought he had a good game. I thought the two centre-halves were fine, and I thought Tristan Cromer had his usual endeavour on the right, so no problem there. Doughty and Billy Mitchell did well enough in midfield. They battled away. As I say, I know it's not Alfie Doughty's position, but I think he did enough. Not sure he's got the legs for that role, but he stayed the whole 90 minutes. Thought Idemo and Markey was just missing, really. Just missing from the start. Missing all game. He had a couple of little, goes, but not really good enough. And I've already spoken about Kamil Negley. But Ivanovic, the Serb tried hard and had a couple of half chances, but they were weak efforts. But yeah, I mean, I just got to see a goal coming, to be honest. I was saying to my son, we could be here to Monday night to see a goal in this game because I thought both sides were poor. And it's a shame we haven't got more fit players because I think this division is not good, and a place, at least in the playoffs, is there for the taking from really anyone. It's it's just so wide open. Femi Aziz has got one more game, the Stoke game, to miss, and then he may give us a bit of an attacking spark, which we desperately need because it's just not there at the moment, and we're just not scoring goals, are we? And Ryan Leonard came back. I'm not sure where he plays now because probably Caleb Taylor's doing enough to stay in the middle and keep calm on the right. But yeah, I mean, he's a good enough player to come on and sit in that middle when we need him to sit in because he had to take Billy Mitchell off because of coming back from injuries. But yeah, he's a good utility player. But I mean, going forward and attacking, as I say, apart from Femi Aziz, there's no one really, is there? At the moment, and there's nothing there. And I was thinking that I was saying at half time, this is if someone's going to win, they're going to win 1-0, and they're going to one of the two teams is going to squeak a goal, but they couldn't even do that, could they? And the free kicks, the free kicks were appalling, weren't they, from both teams? It's not hard. It's years since I've played, but I used to be able to knock a ball over a wall. Okay, the goalie might save it, but you've got to get it over the wall first. But some of them were just plopping into the wall, and I don't know what these guys are doing. And if you watch before the game, Ipswich were practicing free kicks and corners. But when they got the ball, they just seemed to, like us, either flip it into the wall or flip it into the middle to the big bloke, Cooper on our side and O'Shea on their side. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't see where people say they're a good team and they got the strongest squad. I just thought they weren't very good at all. Anyway, no more players to come back from injury, I don't think, until we get into the new year. So we're just going to have to struggle on with what we've got. But yeah, maybe we can squeak a 1-0 on Monday night. Anyway, thanks a lot. Season's greetings, and come on, you Lions.
Hi Nick, hi listeners. John Rankin just calling in with a quick voice note from yesterday's game. Yeah, really enjoyed it. It's one of the most entertaining 0-0 draws I've ever been to. But I thought we were harshly done there. I was really impressed with the way we played. I think Ipswich looked to me like a very, very good team. They got the most expensive squad in the Championship, and it showed because their technique was to play out from the back, draw us in, and then play round us, and it worked quite a few times. They were opening us up in midfield. But what a difference to have Billy Mitchell back. I thought our determination to win the second ball was fantastic, and Billy Mitchell led the charge on that for me. Absolutely superb. He's one of our own, and he's a true Lion. And it just shows what quality he's got. I think there was a lot to be really, really optimistic about. I thought we were very hard done by with our goal that Negley scored. I had a look on the replay, and the linesman was very sharp on offsides, and I think it worked to our benefit with a couple of chances that Ipswich made. but I think she was maybe a little bit overzealous there with the decision to make Negley offside. And boy, did we deserve a goal. And Caleb Taylor, the way he played that out of defence and put him through, and it must have just only been a foot or a knee offside, which is very harsh, I think, given the run of play of the game. Sort of going through the team, good performance from Max Crocombe. Although I've got to have a shout out for the Ipswich goalkeeper. I thought he was excellent, really, really good. Going across the back line, I thought Joe Bryan played well, didn't get out of position. Tristan Kramer, well, what a player he is. You know, he's like a magnificent thoroughbred horse, isn't he, charging forward. It's like watching the charge of the Light Brigade. And you know what he's going to do, and then he goes and does it, which is a sign of a good player. You know, it's kind of, he just puts his head down and he goes, and I love watching him. If he could get a few more shots off and have a go for it, really, really good. And we got a ball playing sort of right back, centre back there, which is great. Caleb Taylor played well, and I mentioned him earlier with that marching the ball out. Jake Cooper played well. And, you know, it was a good back four performance. In the midfield, I thought Alfie Doughty and Billy Mitchell played really well. And up front, I thought Ivanovic and Langstaff combined reasonably well, put a lot of work in. I was impressed with Langstaff's work rate. Ivanovic got a few chances. There was one header in the cold blow lane in which I think he could have put a bit more purchase on and, you know, maybe could have put it towards one of the posts and scored a goal there. But he's plugging away and, you know, and he'll keep going and he's... The important thing for Ivanovic is not to let his head drop. Remember that he's a good player and just keep going, you know. It's a team game and, you know, take part and contribute. And he does contribute. He's getting a little bit stronger. Just want to see him maybe impose himself a little bit more on the centre-backs who are wrestling him around at the moment. On the wings, I think Imako played well, good outlet, you know. Negley played well, and my only sort of reservation really was when it came towards the end of the game, and I think Ballo finds himself out of position defensively. I really do. There was one point, you know, he's playing on the left, and I was yelling at him, not that it matters what he can't hit me, but I know, but, you know, I'm a passionate supporter, and I was thinking, what is he doing? He was getting wildly out of position over on the right, and I could see Zach Sturge kind of bawling at him, you know. And again, I would, you know, they've got to get those down those flanks. They've got to get those basics right. Your left and right back go with a runner, and your winger covers inside. And I think Ballo needs to work on his defensive side. I think Imaka is a better player defensively at the moment than Ballo. He made a terrific challenge when Ipswich were through on goal. And it was clean and it was good and it was, you know, it wasn't a typical winger's challenge. It was great. He come over and covered and did brilliantly. So all in all, I thought we deserved 3 points. I thought Ipswich were extremely fortunate to come away with a point at the Den. And we go on to our next match. Come on, you Lions.
Achtung, Millwall, Bobby T. Nick, can I ask you a question? I mean, I totally forgot because of the game, you know, end-to-end, ball and whatever you want to call it. What did you expect from the result today? Are you happy with the point? Because Zach Sturge, I mean, I would have started him. I know he's concussion and Joe Bryan. Let's not get into that. But are you happy with the point? You tell me. But you know what I was thinking, right here? And that when I watched that game, right here, we're not scoring. January can't come. January to buy a striker. No disrespect to Langstaff and Mihailo. But don't you make? I want to ask you and the old panel and whoever you want to ask, and you know. Mr. Bobby BT, are you giving me the old inbox? Yeah, Casper, we're missing. Lots of midfielders we're missing, right? Longo, you name it. But don't you think Billy Mitchell, when he's in that team, Alfie Doherty's not a midfielder, but he was in there today. Billy Mitchell makes a difference in that side. He's one of our own. And I used to, on this podcast a couple of years ago, I was slated, Billy Mitchell, your League One, whatever, Billy Sideways. But he's one of our own, and he's a fucking sorry for swearing. He's not a unit. Sorry, he's an energy buzz. He's every fucking where. He's come a long way, and you know, and I wanted to continue his Millwall career, but he makes a difference in that midfield. He sparks it. I'm not saying Casper is more flair and coming forward. Billy Mitchell picks up the pieces. He drives Millwall forward. And that's all I'm going to say. Billy Mitchell changes that side. With Billy in the team, it's just like going forward now, energy, pick up balls, That's what I think. Billy Mitchell, not man of the match today, but, he makes a difference. Now, Casper, injured. Who else have we got? Smallbone, Lolongo. I mean, have we got players driving forward? We ain't got the Alex Ray. We ain't got the old Hurlock in defence. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know Billy Mitchell, one of our own. Love him, Billy. He changes games. And today, did you see today, in the first 10 minutes or the whole game, Ipswich had so much of the midfield, had spaces and all that, and pockets in the midfield. I mean, they made it look easy in the midfield. We're lucky if it wasn't for Billy, we would have lost today. Bye for now, Bobby T. Fucking never offside, Nick Achtung. BT here, never offside. Look at the lines. VAR in the Premiership. Should have won 1-0. Merry Christmas, Boxing Day. Again, fucked. BT.
The inimitable Bobby T there, dear listeners. Just to dwell on his question to me, was I happy with a point yesterday? I think you got to be happy with a point, dear listeners. Just looking at the league table going into yesterday's game, 0-0, obviously it finished. But Ipswich came in third place with 38 goals scored, not the highest scorers in the division. That honour belongs to Coventry City, but still pretty decent, and some 13 goals ahead of our own 25. Given that, we are playing with is even a second string. Some of the players I think would be, looking to come off the bench. Imaku, I think, probably wouldn't expect to be a starter ordinarily. We can talk about the players. Many of the contributors to the show have kind of critiqued some of the players that are out there at the moment, but I think we're doing pretty well, miraculously, some might even say, given the scale and depth of the injury crisis that's taken out some frontline players. If we can get something like a fully strength, fit, healthy squad, such as we had at the start of the season for brief moments, I think we're a decent side. We've got every chance of a second half of the season pushback. Obviously, I don't know the schedule for the return of players like Josh Coburn and others, Smallbone, Denor. I don't know when they're all due back, but the return of these players will indeed give us a chance to press on. Plus, of course, whatever business can be done in the January transfer window, I think we can all see areas in the side as it stands at the moment where you've got to say we can do better. I'm not going to sit here and particularly dig out certain players. I think everyone in that side yesterday gave 100% against a very good side, and they pulled off a 0-0 draw. Probably should have won it. Bobby's talking about the offside decision. I thought in real time it was offside. I'm going to be really honest with you, dear listeners. I've seen images that people have found on the internet. I'm sure you've seen them too, where you can draw VAR style lines and was he on or was he off? I don't know. In real time, I thought he was maybe a touch forward. Only just. It was a close run thing. And on some days you get those, and other days you don't get them. We didn't get it yesterday. So that's football. I can't really complain about that decision in truth. I think overall I was very happy with not losing, arresting the recent series of poor performances. This wasn't the Blackburn, shambles. This was a hard thought, 100% committed game against a very decent side, a side that might well expect to be in the top two. So, yeah, to answer your question, Bob, I was content with the point. Obviously, it's all on to Monday night against Bristol City, and it's already getting cranked up online with there's a video doing the rounds of their manager asking for everyone to get behind his side at the Den. And obviously we had the handbags down there just a couple of weeks ago, so that doesn't need much more cranking up. I've seen a few comments from Ipswich Town fans going on about how quiet it was at the Den yesterday. It was Boxing Day, 1 o'clock start. I could have done without it, in truth. I don't know about you, dear listeners. Getting to the Den was not an easy thing. Yesterday, transport wasn't easy. And it was just, the game didn't really supply much in the way of hard goalmouth action. It was a good game. and there was plenty of good possession, but, neither side really carved out anything in front of goal. So, this is what gets a sluggish crowd going, and 1 o'clock start on Boxing Day. I had a late night the night before. I don't know about you, dear listeners. I certainly could have used an easier time at home. But there we go. That's football for you, isn't it? So, on to Monday night. I think a win there would be a massively important blow in our favour for the campaign to finish in the top 6, and that's going to be a huge achievement if we can pull that off. So I think that's probably enough from this edition of Achtung Millwall for the goalless draw at home yesterday. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for their contributions. They've really, really helped me today. And thank you to you too, dear listeners, for listening in. Season's greetings to you all. We'll be back after the Monday night fixture at home to the Robins. So until the next show, from me, Nick Hart, it's Happy Christmas. Yo ho ho. Arrivederci Millwall. Bye for now.
Achtung, Millwall.
Who do you want to watch?
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.